An English A-level exam tests your ability to form a series of arguments in relation to the question set. Understanding what makes a good argument is crucial to the quality of your essay points. In one sense of the word, an argument is a form of verbal conflict. In an academic context, however, an argument is a written justification for a viewpoint that you hold. A bit like the other sort of argument, academic arguments are all about getting your point of view across. Before this is possible, we need to make sure we have a viewpoint in the first place. The format of an A-level English question does change depending on what course and paper you're doing, but they will always be open-ended to encourage you to express your views. Here is an extract from a student's response to this A-level literature question. How does Shakespeare present the theme of marriage in Twelfth Night? Shakespeare presents the theme of marriage through the character of the Duke Orsino, who at the end of the play decides to marry Viola once he learns her true identity. Not long after the uncovering of Viola's pageboy disguise, Orsino announces his intention to marry her by remarking that he shall have share in this most happy wreck. This is a significant turning point for Orsino's character, who finally seems now able to put aside his unrequited love for Lady Olivia that has plagued him since the opening lines of the play. Orsino's mercenary image of having a share in the happy wreck that brought Viola to Illyria reminds the audience of how things have changed since Act 1. Fortunes are now reversed. Through circumstances beyond the character's control, bad luck has finally turned to good luck. This is not a bad point. It's focused on the theme of marriage, and it is evident that this student knows the play well. But what's lacking is a clear sense of argument. One simple way that this response could be improved is the addition of a topic sentence to outline its argument explicitly. You can think of a topic sentence almost like a direct answer to the question set. Even though it's focused on the correct theme, the first sentence of this point does not fully answer the question. There is no argument here. The student has picked a plot event relevant to the theme of marriage, but has launched into explaining what happens in the play, rather than giving an interpretation of how Shakespeare explores the theme. This could be fixed with an additional sentence beforehand. Shakespeare presents marriage in Twelfth Night as something which can provide resolution and closure to characters who have suffered from the misfortunes caused by love. This is a topic sentence that presents an argument. It's an interpretation that someone else studying the play might potentially disagree with. It expresses a viewpoint about the significance of marriage in the play before going on to justify that viewpoint with an example. A clear topic sentence at the very beginning of a point will help to guide your reader through the arguments you make. The function of the rest of the point is to justify the argument you outlined in the topic sentence. Make sure that you don't drift away from your own argument over the course of your point. Let's now add a final sentence to this point that links back to our argument. Have a look at the second paragraph here. Orsino's mercenary image of having a share in the happy wreck that brought Viola to Illyria reminds the audience of how things have changed since Act 1. Fortunes are now reversed. Through circumstances beyond the character's control, bad luck has finally turned to good luck. Orsino's revelation that he can now marry Viola resolves the love triangle not between Olivia, Viola and himself, and through this, Shakespeare creates the happy ending of marriage that is a convention of all of his comedies. Bear in mind that essay writing is a creative skill. Examiners want to see your own interpretations and viewpoints of the texts you study. Presenting a clear sense of argument is what will elevate your essay from being a dry and explanatory thing to being a genuinely interesting and engaging piece of work.